Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video, we are going to learn how to create Asana task for Google Ads leads. So let's suppose I'm running a business and promoting that business with the help of Google Ads. Now I want that whenever someone submits the form or I receive a new lead, I should create that as a task in my Asana account automatically. So to do this automation, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which requires no coding or programming skills. Here I just need to build connection between Google Ads and Asana. Pabbly Connect runs on two principles, which is trigger and action. Here as my trigger application, I am going to take Google Ads from where I will receive new lead, and this complete workflow here will get triggered. And then in my action application, I am going to take Asana where the task will be created as soon as I receive a new lead. If you want to learn this amazing automation step by step, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn how to create Asana task for Google Ads leads. For this, we are going to create automation between Google Ads and Asana with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this is the landing page of Pabbly, and you can visit this simply by typing pabbly.com/connect in your browser. Now after browsing the website, we need to sign into a Pabbly account. On the top right corner, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, click on this sign in. But if you are a new user, click on the sign up for free, and this will give you 100 tasks free on monthly basis. As I'm an existing user, I'll click on this sign in. And here a dashboard has appeared showing me all the Pabbly applications. Here I have to click on this Pabbly Connect Access Now. And it has taken me to this dashboard where I will be able to find all my workflows over here and all the folders that I have created over here. If you want to create a new folder, you just need to click on this plus icon, and from here you can create a new folder. For now, I want to create a new workflow, for which I need to click on this create workflow, and first I need to provide the workflow name and then select the folder in which I want to save that workflow. So first let's name this workflow as how to create Asana task for Google Ads leads. Now I need to select my folder. So these are the folders that have been created, and I want to select this all automations and then click on create. Now as soon as I click on create, two boxes have appeared in front of me. One is trigger, other is action. So trigger says when this happens and action says do this. So trigger is basically an event which starts the automation of a workflow. There can be only one trigger in a workflow, but as many as action applications as you want. Here in this workflow, I want to create Asana task for Google Ads leads, which means whenever a new lead will be received from Google Ads, a task will be created in my Asana account, which means whenever I will receive new lead in my Google Ads, this complete workflow here will get triggered, because trigger says when this happens. So whenever I receive a new lead in my Google Ads, an action says do this. So create a task in my Asana account. So here in my trigger application, I'm going to take Google Ads. And then in my trigger event, I'm going to take this new lead form entry. So now I need to make connection between Pabbly Connect and Google Ads, for which a webhook URL is provided to me, and this URL is going to act as a bridge to connect my Google Ads with Pabbly Connect. So reading this help desk given below over here, I will make this connection, and to make this connection, let me take you to my Google Ads account. So this is my Google Ads account, and this is the test lead form that I have added to my campaign. So over here, I am going to add some details like the name. I want the first name and the last name. I want the phone number, the email address, city, and the company name. Now if I scroll down, I can see this lead delivery option, and I will open this, and over here I can see this webhook URL, and I have to enter the key. So this is the same webhook URL which I am provided in my Pabbly Connect workflow, and I have to paste that webhook URL over here so as to build this connection. Now here my form will appear like this: first name, last name, phone, email, city, and company name. And when I add the webhook URL in this field, I have to click on the send test data, and if the connection is successful, the test data for all these fields will be sent to my Pabbly Connect. So let's go back to Pabbly Connect, copy this webhook URL, and then paste that webhook URL over here. Now I have to enter the key. So let's say I have entered this as my key. Now if the connection between the Google Ads and Pabbly Connect is successful, we will receive the test data in Pabbly Connect. For that, we have to click on this send test data and test data send. Now let's go back to Pabbly Connect, and if I scroll down, I can see that I have received the response successfully. Here I have received the test company name, I have received the test city name, then I have received the test email address, I have received the dummy phone number, I have received the first name, the last name. This means the connection that we have created with the help of this webhook URL between Google Ads and Pabbly Connect is successful, and now whenever someone will fill the form in my Google Ads, I will start receiving the response in my Pabbly Connect. Now moving on to the next step, as soon as I receive lead in my Google Ads, I want to add that lead as a task in my Asana. So here in my action application, I am going to take this Asana. And then in my action event, I want to create a task. So I will take my event as create a task. Now I will click on this connect, and if you have an existing connection, you can go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection and then click on this connect with Asana. Over here I have already logged in my Asana account, and that's why it was easy for me to get this authorized, and it is always advisable to keep your applications logged in. Now over here Asana is connected with Pabbly Connect, and I have to enter all these details. So the first one is workspace. So in my Asana account, my workspace is pabblytudes.com, so I will enter that only, and then I have to enter the project ID. So in this drop down I can see all the projects that I have created in my Asana account, and over here this is my contact task. So this is my project ID where I want to create all these new tasks that I will receive from Google Ads. So I will select that as my project ID, and then I have to enter the task name. So to enter this, I am going to use a method called mapping, which means I am going to enter data from my previous response. So I have received the response from Google Ads, and as soon as I click on this task name field, this will appear in front of me, and when I click on this Google Ads, I can see all the responses that I have received from there. Now I have to enter my first name and the last name as the task name. I have not received any task name, so I am going to enter the first name and the last name of the lead as my task name. So here I have entered the first name, and then I have entered the last name, and then put space between these two. Now I have to enter the notes. So in my notes I want to enter please follow up with this lead. So here I have entered please follow up with this lead ASAP. Here are the details, name, email and phone in my notes field, and now I am going to map the value to these fields. So here I have to enter the name, so I will follow the same process that I have used before, and then enter my name as first name and then last name. Now I have to enter the email address. So I will follow the same process and enter my email address as test@example.com, and then in my phone number, the phone number was this one. Now over here I have to enter the due on. So between these two fields I have to enter any one of these. So I'm going to enter this due on, and over here I can see this due on takes a date YYYMMDD format and should not be used together with due at date format example this. So I have not received response for this, and I have to format my current date, and for that I have to use one more action step before this action step, where I am going to search for date time formatter, a feature by Pabbly, and over here in this action event I have to select modify current date. So now I'm going to click on this connect, and over here I need to select my date format. So I want to select the date format as this YYYMMDD, and then the time zone is Asia Kolkata, and then the operation is addition, then the unit is days, and then the value is 2. So I want to keep the due on date 2 days after the current date, which is if a task is created today, then the due on date is 2 days after today. Now I have to click on the save and send test request, and here I have received the response. The current date today is 5/11/2024, and I have received the response for the due on date, which is 7/11/2024. Now I am going to map this date that I have received in my action step. So over here in my due on, I am going to click on this date time formatter and map the date that I have received from this action step. Now in the assignee, I am going to select this as admin Pabbly, and then in the follower and tags are not required field, so I'm going to skip this. Now over here, mapping is important so that every time you receive a new response, it is taken into consideration in these fields. Manually entering the data will make these fields static and the information will not change even if you have received the new response. Over here, if I manually enter any data, this field will become static, and every time I receive a new response, the result will not change. So as to keep these fields dynamic, we use this process mapping instead of manually entering the details. Now after adding all these details, I have to scroll down and click on the save and send test request. And here I can see I have successfully received the response. Now I need to open my Asana account and check whether this task has been created there or not. So this is the app dashboard of Asana, and on the left hand side I can see all these options. Here under project I can see this contact task. So this was my project ID, and I will open this, and over here I can see that I have successfully created this task. Here the task name is first name, the last name, the name of the lead itself, then the assignee is admin Pabbly, then the due date, today is Tuesday and the due on date is Thursday. Then I have added the description, please follow up with this lead ASAP. Here are the details, name is first name, last name, email is test@example.com, and this was the phone number. So now to summarize, we took Google Ads as a trigger application where we made connection with Pabbly Connect with the help of this webhook URL in our test campaign form, from where we received the test response, after which we moved to the next action step where we selected our action application as Asana, where we selected our workspace, then the project ID in which we want to create that task. We gave a task name as the name of the lead itself, we added the notes, then we fetched the due on date from this action step, date time formatter, a feature by Pabbly, where we wanted to modify the current date, and from here we received the due on date and we mapped that date over here in my Asana action step, then simply clicked on the save and send test request and received the response as this task successfully been created in my Asana account. So we have successfully created automation between Google Ads and Asana with the help of Pabbly Connect. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate many more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now if you have any doubt, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com, and if you have any pricing related issue, you can visit the website given over here. Also, if you find our videos helpful, do share it with your friends and like and subscribe to our channel.